All right, folks, back at it. Just wanted to make a quick video today talking about a couple names. Um, Pretty good action to the long side and to the short side today, especially for a Monday. So I think I'm going to do SNTI, CSLR, and XTIA as the three I'm going over. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll start with SNTI. Now, this is a name that gapped up about 20%, 28%, so not very extended in the pre-market at all. And we see that we had a move up in the pre-market and diminishing volume into the open on a walk down structure. And this was also right on top of this previous high of day from actually, two of the last three sessions supported this high a day. So a good level to be opening up on top of. Obviously, the chart kind of speaks for itself here. We have the week open testing that daily zone, those previous high days, and then you also have here on the daily chart, see this 33-cent level is a multi-touch pivot from back here too. So a couple things lining up for that 33 cents to be a good level. And if we look at it on the 1-minute chart, we see the dip into the zone below the 1-minute 200 and ramping volume back up to the VWAP test. So this is one I was watching, looking at it dead in the eyes at 33 cents, but I was looking for some type of confirmation first, and the price did pull away but never gave a pullback. So unfortunately, this is one I did not trade. Like I said, was staring at it right at low of day, looking for a move up and a pullback, but didn't get exactly what I wanted to see. So um, let's see. So first off here, let me draw on this pre-market high. I don't know where that went. Go. So at the 1-minute chart, we'll pull this up. What I was seeing is we get this first really quick move to this first area of interest, this 38-cent level on the daily, comes from over here, this down pivot. But we had price move up here pretty aggressively, and like I said, no real pullback that I was able to get here, and then price was able to move up off of this 38-cent level into kind of this lower high position compared to the pre-market highs. So this pullback here was really the one that I should have taken part in. Of course, the ADMA does get pulled up a little bit by, a strong candle like this, but we do have decreasing selling or decreasing volume rather. A little bit of a flag here on the 2-minute. You have VWAP, the first real test of the 1-minute 8, and then you also have this prior support that I was able to break through. So a handful of factors right there make it a decent entry. I was hesitant because, in my eyes, the risk to reward wasn't super. Maybe we break pre-market highs, and that's 15% right there. You know, maybe we test the daily level above the 50 cent. That's 25%, which was a far ways away. Obviously, the show to have a ton of strength and break through it, but I was just hoping to get in closer to the lows. But like I said, next best entry would be here off of VWAP, and then we even get a good hold of the pre-market highs the first time it tests the 20 on the 1-minute. So ends up topping out here at this 59-cent level here on the chart. And it was actually interesting. I went back and looked at the intraday charts for these 3 days, and even then the 59-cent level was super well respected. So kind of pays to go into these higher volume days on the chart that are in the same range and just see what levels were important, how they reacted, and of course, if it's important, grab the VWAP from those high volume days too. So actually, let's go ahead and do that. For the science, 11.9. Let's go back to this day real quick. Should pull up. Okay, so we want VWAP from this day. That red. Yeah, okay. And so we'll go back on the daily chart and would you look at that? Ends up being the uh, VWAP level as well from that prior day. So worthwhile exercise there. Again, just making sure you're going back and looking at that prior price action, grabbing the VWAP, and yeah, some good clues there. You do, of course, get this later test and hold of this pre-market high level. So always good to have those drawn out, and you even get a good bounce off of it. So in terms of high of day structure, obviously this is going to be, um, more than 61 fib bounce up to the 78 level. But when you have these key levels right below high of day, it makes for a really, really great short entry, very low risk. I mean, you play it at 59 cents, risking, 62, 3 cents, and then you get a fade from 59 down to 45. So really nice risk reward on that play. Good for the long side and the short side. That previous high day hold being the big takeaway for me. It was just so strong. The move after it was quick, so you either got to be in at the level or be kind of fearless and taking one of these tests of the 8. So going on to kind of the opposite chart, CSLR, leading gapper, 91% on the day. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Pull this up. All right. So obviously we're opening kind of at the top of this range here around $2, where it's the bottom of this consolidation zone prior that's been tested, rejected, and it's gapping up into that zone to try to test it again. So in the pre-market, it's a fairly straight up move. You do get this pullback here, but a very strong pre-market opening near the high, a little bit of a flag into the open. So right here, it really sets up some really, clear levels. You have this 229 level where if we go to the daily chart, that's the recent high. So that's what I would consider the most obvious level on the chart. And so you also have the pre-market highs right here too. So when you're opening here on this decent support level, if we look at the 1 minute, it was actually writing the 1 minute 50, kind of all pre-market. So it's able to give one last push off of it, but and it's this white line here for me. It's able to give one last push off of it, but usually when it's getting tested, that's not always a strong sign because eventually it is setting up to crack. So that's kind of the same thing with this higher low structure. While it is working, it is good, but it actually is more of a bearish factor when you have so many higher lows lined up. It makes it for clear levels for the price to come back down and break through. So, yeah, you get this, really clear topping structure over under 229, and it's an all-day fade. From there, it does, it's kind of tough to come back from a candle like this, and you see the volume completely dried up beyond this point, and it's going to end up closing down here near the lows. So, um, leading gappers and longs don't usually mix. You do get the flag into open that, and this really nice, topping pattern, this fake breakout and stuff with awesome payout to the backside. It's way below even the 5-minute 200, I believe. Yep. Oh, actually, nope. Here it is, getting the 5-minute 200 tap here at end of day. So, yeah, let's just take a look. Let's do the risk reward. What you could have gotten on this. I mean, because really, we'll do. If you're playing this 229 level, looking for price above and below, looking for the trigger, which is that stuff. So you grabbed it a little late, risking, we'll call it 10 cents. You end up making 75 cents. So 7.5 to 1 risk reward on this play, and zero sweat the entire time. So love to see that on the short side. Last play, we'll do XTIA. This was kind of a late gapper in the pre-market, waiting until after 9 o'clock to make this, huge move up on 2 candles. You do get decent looking walk back volume into open. But the big thing here is the daily chart. Okay, hold on. I learned a new trick. If you make it really small, it doesn't take as long to zoom into this thing. So here we go. Yeah. All right. So on the daily chart, this is opening really the only levels on the chart. I took the VWAP from this day just to, have an additional level. But you have this lower pivot, which is also this gap open and the other side of the gap, and then the high of these prior candles. So really not a ton to look at in terms of the daily chart, but it is opening right below the most obvious level. And that sets it up for a rejection of this daily gap, which it was trying, the whole time it was up in pre-market, but you get a rejection at open and then a huge, huge sell-off. So when looking at the intraday chart, you just don't like to see names opening right below key daily levels. And if you do see it go above and below that key daily level, it a lot of time leads to a big move to the downside. So, you had it in CSLR, had to go up and grab it, but most obvious level on the chart, right? First level above the opening price, fails it and dumps. So kind of same action here. That is good to know and point out. I don't think there was anything really of note on the 1 day, or I'm sorry, 1 minute time frame on this one. So I'll go ahead and leave it at that. Like I said, good names to the long side, good names to the short side. Overall, just only a couple names running, even if you look at outside of the pre-market gappers. PRST is making a run, but this is lower volume on this for the price. And OPTT, that was another one. That was a multi-day setup that had some run here as well, looking to break out over the high of days from the initial move. So that's one to keep on radar. Maybe in after hours or maybe in tomorrow's session, we'll have a move worth noting on it. So anyway, decent Monday. Hope you guys stayed safe. Hope you traded well. I'm going to try to get back to making more regular videos. So hopefully I will catch you guys soon. Peace.